Guten Tag, meine Lieblings. Mein Name ist Sagrannus und ich spiele World of Warships. Hello everyone, it's Sagrannus here once again with our Sagrannus Gaming Plays, and I'm feeling all around a little bit German. Why? Because yesterday, on our server, the Asia server, we got the two new tech trees, the USSR destroyers and the German cruisers. So what does that mean? Well, that means some new videos. So what have we got first up? Well, we're going to look in this video at the tier 1 offerings from both sides. So we're going to start with the tier 1 German cruiser, the Hermelin. And, well, much like the Erie, it's a very young ship in comparison to its successors. The Hermelin was a large armoured gunboat capable of operating on the high seas, intended for colonial service. Besides her powerful armour, Hermelin was also noted for high speed, uncommon for this ship type. So it's quite a tough looking little beast. Now what do we got? Well, we got the usual tiny amount of health points because it's a tier 1. 7.8 kilometer guns with maximum HE of 1500 and a maximum AP of 3000. It has got considerable AA defense, actually, to be honest. So let's just have a look at these AA guns. You've got these little fellas here. You've got these fellas here, which is a flux feeding. And then you've got these as well, the front. But the main battery, of course, is that and that. Just 2 turrets as per tier 1, and it can get it's pretty easy to spot, and it can actually pick up to 24.3 knots, which is faster than its American equivalent, I believe. It's quite a nifty little beast. So we're going to wax and paint on it and run it out. I've played quite a bit yesterday just to get up to tier 3 for the Germans and tier 2 for the Russians. Well, maybe almost at tier 3. So, the Hermelin, well, there's no point in hiding, so we're just going to make it harder to hit. And we get some lovely, almost Dazzle-esque camouflage on these. So, without any further ado, let's jump in and get shot. And I do apologise for my not so brilliant German. I did study it, didn't seem to stick, I'm afraid. So, we're actually going to not do news today. News is going to come later in the week. Just because, really, I've been a bit too busy with other things to get on top of news reports and things like that. So we're just going to look at the ships today, and that's probably a good thing anyway. My thoughts so far? Well, I love the German ships. I love things about the Russian ships. Not all of them, though. The destroyers are particularly irritating because they're very fast, they've got good guns, but they have slow 3-kilometer range torpedoes and do have short range torpedoes for the majority of their tech tree. You only start seeing decent ranges like 8 and 10 kilometers in the very, very top tiers. Until then, it's 3 and 4Ks only. Which means in a duel with, for example, a Japanese destroyer, you're going to be so badly outranged with those torpedoes. It's just insane. So, I hope you had a lovely weekend. If you didn't catch my Age of Decadence video, you certainly can. It's about an hour long, so it's a bit of a long one, but it's sort of a little bit of an extended play of Age of Decadence, which is an absolutely fantastic CRPG. Alright, what do we got here? We got some Starosevoy. I'm sorry if my Russian's bad. The Orlan, which is the tier 1. Then you got the Hashidate, tier 1 Japanese. 3 Hermelin on our side. A Chikuma, and 3 Dresden, and a Chester. So, very low tier battle. Yesterday someone commented that the German grind is real. I dived into a battle and all it was Dresdens and Hermelin. And that was... I died. Because, to my mind, the Dresden is like the Chester, but better in every way. So its turret rotation time isn't brilliant, but let's zoom in and just admire this handsome ship. She's quite the looker, I think. Yes, good looking ship. Very compact, relatively brisk, with not a bad range, to be honest, for those guns. So we're going to veer off to the right here. Relatively low dispersion on those guns too, which is lovely, absolutely lovely. Interesting, I still haven't actually been on the ice map. It is there, but I just never seem to end up on it, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. Because I would like to play on it. Because there were updates for it done last update, and I still haven't actually got a chance to play on it. Okay, he's almost in my range now. That's a Dresden over there, so that's the tier 2 German vessel, which we'll be looking at later in the week. I have already got it unlocked. I'm just going to send off a barrage and avoid his shots. See if I can land a shot on this Dosavoy. And I can. Beautiful, beautiful. However, that Dresden can pound me like nothing else. Genuinely be afraid of Dresdens. If you see them out here, they will hurt you. And they will enjoy doing so. I got you again, you little... Got you again. Yeah, see, that Dresden is just hammering me. Oh, good, everyone's out to play. Let's repair that. Swing around and shoot him. I'm gonna die. I'm sorry for that. I'm not giving a good report, as usual, of the actual abilities of the ships. Ah, that's the Orlan, which will outmaneuver me very easily. However, these tier 1s, I mean, their citadels are just... Yes! He may have killed me, but I citadeled him real bad. Well, that's the Hermelin. Fairly fast, fairly maneuverable, really good guns actually. I do like the guns. Oops. This may be a short video today, if that's anything to be based on, but we are doing 2 ships today because I knew this sort of thing would happen. Low tier battles either drag out or they don't. Duh. I felt like Tony Abbott just then. Tier 1 battles are always like this. Everyone gets in, punches the crap out of each other and then moves on. 4 citadel hits. Nice. So, anyway, we're going to leave. That was it. They can finish that off without me watching or talking to them. That's fine. So, that's the Hermelin. Now, let's look at the Russian tier 1. So, if you might recall, the Hermelin was a 1939 ship. The Orlan is a 1941 ship. Have a look at that. Even that design is a little, for me at least, a little bit reminiscent of a destroyer. It once again was a patrol ship, so a gunboat basically. Very powerful artillery. Orlan was intended to operate in island waters. She boasted a very high level of maneuverability. Oh god, yes she does. Owing to her small dimensions and decent speed. When it says decent amount of maneuverability, it is the most responsive ship in this game. So what do we got? We've got 2x2 130mm guns on the main battery, and they're good. They're good guns. A little bit more health, only a tiny little bit more health than the Hermelin. 6 to 10mm of armor compared to 6 to 35mm. So in theory, the Hermelin can take a bit of more of a bashing. Not much though. We have 2x1 of these basically machine guns, 12.7mm. We have 3 of these, and we have those are 37mm and 2 76mm guns. So they're actually pretty big. 25.3 knots. The turning circle radius of 310 meters against the 360 of the Hermelin. Rotor shift time of 2.4 seconds against 3.3 seconds. This ship is faster and harder to see, and the guns are longer range. It's got an 8.8 kilometer range. This has got a 7. The Hermelin has a 7.8. However, module-wise, there are no upgrades for the Orlan, whereas the Hermelin gets an upgrade to its guns. But let's stop comparing them. Let's jump in and shaft the Orlan. And I know I'm saying it wrong. I'm sure there's a special way to say that, but I'm not. My Russian knowledge is literally non-existent. I know a bit of German, but I don't know any Russian. I'm sorry. But if you want my German opinion of the Hermelin, is gut gemacht. Yeah, just to ruin your day with a bit more bad German, because I can. Come on, let's load. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Things to do, people to see, money to make. No, not really, I don't make any money. Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes you just get these really long waits. I'm personally wondering, like, I haven't seen it. Every time I see it for Tier 1 battle now, there are a lot of Hermelin and a few Orlan. I wonder whether it's deliberately keeping large numbers of Orlans out of battles, and you'll see why. I think it might be possible that that's the case. Because the Orlan, this is where it gives me a battle full of Orlans or something. This Orlan is more maneuverable than any destroyer I've yet to captain. They've got more Orlans than us. We've got a couple of Chesters and Dresdens. No destroyers on this battlefield. So, big race, counter battle. So let's have a look at the Orlan. So this is a Soviet ship, whereas the Tier 2 ship is Imperial Russia. So let's look at the speed first. Okay, big range of guns too. Fairly slow turn. Pick up speed, relatively slowly, like in any ship.
Good luck and fair seas. Thank you.
So she gets up to speed relatively well, but this is what's impressive. She really turns very, very well. I mean, you can really just dodge whatever people are throwing at you if you're on the ball. Crimson Call, if you're watching this, don't you ever sleep. You have been on every time I've been on in the last 24 hours. So he just lives on all the warships. Understandable. But yeah, I can just wag on my tail like that. Still hold for above 20 knots too. Dresden is leading us in, which is fine by me. We can catch any of the first hits that come through. As far as I am concerned. Yeah, it's actually been great fun. You sort of with the launch of these two new tech trees, there's been this explosion of experienced players and medium players like me back onto the really low tiers, and it's actually hilariously good fun because you get rid of all of the sniping from battleships, all of the aircraft carrier crap, and you just go back to the basic sort of fundamental stuff with just short range ships just getting in there and brawling. But because it's not just people who just started playing the game, but actual sort of veterans and experienced players getting in there. It's just great. It's just like it's so much fun to just go back to sort of the very simple ships and really sort of test your mettle. And yeah, it's really great because you don't have to worry about battleships nailing you from distance or long range torpedoes or torpedo bombers. It's just you, your ship, and your guns and your skill. So he'll be in range of me. Oh, someone's already in range of me. So his gun's quite decent. If I can let it hit. There we go. Heads to the Citadel. Get out of the way of that Dresden. Yeah, this ship is very, very maneuverable. Incredibly so. This is a ship that I regularly outmaneuver torpedoes with in those rare battles where Tier 2 destroyer gets kicked down into a Tier 1 battle. We slowed down quite a bit. going to swing out a bit so he doesn't quite know where I am when I come around the corner. Ah! It's close. I'm gonna die. So he gets smart real quick. Could have done without my gun being taken out then. Ah, good to see a racist getting hammered for his stupid remarks. Always good. Always brightens my day. Racism is not something you should engage in. And the player base, I'm happy to say, is one of the best. Honestly, actually, the player base on World of Warships generally seems pretty good. Of course, you got occasional win German feature, but as a whole, the player base on World of Warships is pretty good. That's the Orlan. I really sucked in that. I didn't even get to kill someone, but landed a few hits. Citadels, very manoeuvrable, great fun playing. So let's head back to port, and I will give you a bit of a teaser of what we're going to see tomorrow. So that was the Hermelin and the Orlan. Two rather good ships, to be honest, all around. So what are we going to see tomorrow? From the Russian side, we're going to see the Tier 2 destroyer, Mr. Hermelin. I probably said that wrong. And she is a destroyer with terribly short-range torpedoes, but she can put 9 in the water at a time, either side. Guns are quite good. 3 102mm cannons, which is rather good. Screw all AA, though. And then from the German side, Tier 2 cruiser, the Dresden, which is running 105mm guns. So it's actually not much bigger guns than the Sagrannus. Of course, there is the catch that it's running 12 of them. Might look a bit like some US ships that you remember. Plays a bit like them too. So that's what's going to be coming tomorrow. We're going to be looking at the Dresden and the Sagrannus, and then hopefully later in the week we'll at least look at one Tier 3 ship. It may not be both. Until then, I've been Sagrannus. This has been Sagrannus Gaming Plays World of Warships. Thanks for watching.